that these are going to be on your list to try. These little cakes are incredible. These are my mini Biscoff cakes and they are made in the Ninja. So delicious. You're going to absolutely love these. I'm sure they're not going to last very long because it makes 8 in the Ninja silicone mold. I'm really enjoying using this. If it's something that you're interested in getting yourself, then I have got a link down below to it in my description and you can grab one of those from Amazon. They're about a tenner. So they're not particularly cheap, but I am finding that I'm getting really good results from using it. I've made 3 or 4 things in it now and I'm converted. I love it. So really hope you enjoy this recipe and like the video. Remember, please hit that like button below because it really does help my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here as well. It really makes all the difference to me. And if you turn on the notification bell as well, then YouTube will let you know when I upload another recipe video. So let's get into it. Let's go and make these little cakes. Let's make Biscoff mini cakes. These are absolutely gorgeous. My son loves Biscoff. I think most people do really. So we're gonna start by weighing out our ingredients. Gonna just put this onto my scales here. I'm using some stork, which is great for cakes, but you can use a butter, whatever you've got is good. And we wanna start by adding in 100 grams into here. Into there, you want to add your sugar. I'm using caster sugar, so we want another 100 grams, so equal quantities here. Let's cream those two together. Into the creamed butter and sugar, we add 2 eggs, around 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and I've got this really thick vanilla paste here. I actually got this from Mauritius. It is gorgeous. It's got so much flavour. But you can get any sort of vanilla essence, extract, paste. You know, there's loads of different ones that supermarkets do. So whatever you can get is great. And then I want to add 2 tablespoons of Biscoff spread. So that is exactly what you're looking at. It doesn't really matter if you go with the smooth or the crunchy. I had this one. As you can see, I'm not measuring this overly accurately with this, but it's going to give really good flavour in there. So let's get that mixed together. I've just scraped down the sides and you can see we've got this really nice loose batter here. We need to add in our flour and our baking powder next. So back on the scales, just to weigh that in, and 100 grams of your self-raising flour and a teaspoon of baking powder. You can either do this by hand or you can put this back on your mixer. Doesn't take a lot, to be honest, now just to mix this together. And it smells great because you've got that Biscoff spread in there. Look at that. Lovely cake batter that is, with the flavours of Biscoff and vanilla. Yummy. So I've greased this silicone mould. I don't really know if I need to, but you know when you think to yourself, if I don't, am I going to regret it? Will they not come out very well? And I'll be really cross with myself. So anyway, I've done that. So I've just used a little bit more of the stalk and gone around the edges just to hopefully mean that these come out nice and easily. I found that the best thing to do is to allow them to cool completely in the silicone before you try to remove them. Probably seems fairly obvious, but I just thought I'd mention that. You think if you were making these or any cakes in the oven, you'd be preheating your oven, wouldn't you? And I'd probably end up putting that on first before I start baking. So that's probably going to be on for like 10-15 minutes, which, you know, is a lot of wasted energy in comparison to using the Ninja, isn't it? So I don't worry about preheating it whatsoever. And I think these are going to take anything between 20 to 25. My chocolate chip cupcakes, I believe they took 25 in the end to be fully cooked through. Do have to remember that with silicone, it doesn't conduct the heat in the same way that metal does. So do find they take a little bit longer, but nothing that is an issue. So we're just going to sit this on top of the rack. It's exactly how I did it before. Let's lower that in. Get the lid down on the Ninja and some power. Now, I personally like to put these on to bake. I think it works really well. I like my temperature on 180, and I'm going to go with 20, and I do think we're going to need to increase it to 25, but that way it just reminds me to keep an eye on them. So 20 to start with, see how they're doing, and probably an extra 5. So they had 25 minutes in the end, which is what we thought they would need. And they are so soft and spongy and almost sticky. Oh my God, they literally smell amazing. So what I've done is they would have come out that way up. So that is the dipped bottom that you get in the silicone mold. So what I have done is I've just literally just taken the very tops off, just so they sit really nicely. Of course, you don't have to do this. I didn't do it with my other cupcakes because I wanted to decorate these. I just felt that this was a better way of doing it. So what I'm going to do now is grab some Biscoff, and we're going to melt a little bit of this to make a drizzle on the top. Spoon some of this in. I'm not really sure exactly how much I'm going to need. But let's just start with that amount. And let's go microwave this, and we can drizzle that over the top. Whilst it's in the microwave, I'm going to grab some Biscoff biscuits. So I'm just going to give them a crush up in the packet. If you've bought like a big packet of these, then of course you can just do it in your hands. But I thought I might as well make use of the packet. Pour that in. We've got a nice crumb now. Here we go. Let's give that a little stir. That is perfect. Look at that. Just go for it, I think. Just pour a little bit on the top and just let it drip down the sides. Gorgeous. Now on those ones that have got the spread, you can just sprinkle your lovely crumbed biscuits over the top. It doesn't matter how fine or how chunky it is, it really doesn't matter. There we go. So you may think they look a little bit messy, but I think they look really good. I think they look absolutely delicious. And of course, if you want to make yours a little bit neater, then you can do that. But I'm happy with these. Can you see there the texture of that cake? How absolutely moist they are.